Hey, on today's Living in Las Vegas, well, the weather outside's crappy and the line today can happy, but you really ought to know this weather blows, weather blow, whoa, woes. Yes, that's right. I'd like it to be a little warmer here in Las Vegas, hence the fully functional fireplace. But that does not dampen my Yuletide spirit. No! So on today's show, we're going to be talking about holidays in Las Vegas. How can you celebrate the most wonderful time of the year? Plus, we've got real quick stories, live chat questions, listener email, and of course, have a drink on me. This is the Living in Las Vegas podcast, where we're only 180 days away from summer, which is truly the most wonderful time of the year. Isn't that right, Brett? Let's get started. That was not planned, by the way.
That's funny.
It's monsters. Living in Las Vegas starts now.
Glorious accent.
Yes, it does. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada. That groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. Here we go. Ouch. And now your host, singer brother Scott, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was. Yes, Mr. Scott Whitney. Hey, welcome everybody to the Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network. Oh, aren't you just the grooviest people? And by the way, let me be the first to congratulate you, because you have found yourself watching or possibly listening to the longest running podcast about Las Vegas that actually originates from
Las Vegas.
That's right. And by the way, your hosts, these two handsome fellers who have a combined weight of about 700 pounds.
Oh, I've actually lost about 8 pounds.
Really?
Did you, well, having pneumnia
that'll do
would
it.
help, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, if you were to combine our total time in the Las Vegas, 30,000 years, which means we're not only going to cover what it's like to live here, but we're going to tell you about our adventures on the Strip, Fremont Street, downtown, other cool places here in the valley. And by the way, if you're a tourist, if you're a fan of the city, God bless your little heart, because our show is like your own secret handshake to all things groovy and happening in this town. We're going to turn you into the pretty girl at the party. People are going to be all over you like... By the way, we're live streaming this show every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. at vegasvideonetwork.com/live. Join us. Be a part of the live chat. Here's my promise to you. If you join the live chat, there are groups and groups of people here. You will be part of a community. Arguably the nicest people online. Unarguably?
I don't disagree. They're very kind
nice
and friendly with each other.
And yet, they're gorgeous.
And even though I antagonize them on a weekly basis.
Yes. And yet they still stay gorgeous. Yeah. You can be gorgeous and friendly.
And they welcome me back every week.
They do.
They actually missed me last week.
You know what they are? They are the anti-Kardashians. Those people are somewhat attractive, and they're shits.
Yeah.
These people, attractive and lovely. And you get to be a part of that if you join the live chat, 8 o'clock every Tuesday. Hey, by the way, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa, buenas noches. Hi. I own the Vegas Video Network.
Hello, Scott.
Hello. Been doing some online broadcasting professionally since 2006. And while I have done things alone many, many times, I'm not doing this alone. Oh, no. Nay, I say. I'm joined by, well, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. We've missed him. We wanted him back, but did we beg? No, we're not begging. We can't beg.
You didn't even check on me.
No, well, that makes me feel bad. Sorry. We have RQS. We've got Drinky Pants. We've got the managing partner of KSPHB Radio. It's Brett Grant.
You didn't even call to check on me, for crying out loud. First of all, thanks to Wayne for filling in for me last week. As you know, I got knocked down with a bout of pneumonia. It's kind of funny. I woke up on Saturday morning, and I had a pain right about here. Ew. And I thought, okay, I had been coughing even the week before. You knew I was coughing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, okay, I either cough so much I strained a muscle, or I have pneumonia. That was it.
Really?
There wasn't a third thing.
You just jumped to that.
Nope, I just jumped right to pneumonia.
Wow, look at you.
So I went and had a chest X-ray on Monday, and the doctor goes, "You got a nice case of pneumonia there."
Is that right?
Yeah. So I've survived the pneumonia thus far, and 3 murder attempts in the last week on my life. So yeah, I'll have to tell you about that during RQS. 3 legitimate murder attempts.
Well, that seems aggressive.
2 of them by my wife, and 1 by an employee.
If I might say, I don't really like hanging out with a guy who's trying to be murdered.
Apparently, there's a reward out for me.
Okay.
If pneumonia couldn't do it, what about the other stuff?
And that worries me as well because this is a proximity concern of mine.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And
well, you're going to be collateral damage.
That's what
You might be a human shield.
Fuck that. Okay. Today's over and under is 5. Let's see.
We're done.
5 minutes,
Thanks for coming,
57
folks.
seconds because I am not staying around this. All right. What is our over and under, my friend?
We're gonna try and do it in 61 minutes.
Unbelievable.
61.
Unbelievable. Can it be done? I say yes.
Danny, I know it's not contagious, but that wasn't the murder attempts.
Well, yeah, that would be a good question.
But it can be.
Is pneumonia contagious? Good question. Well, as the 2 of us sit here, we are 30 days away from Christmas. And guess what? It's a surprisingly busy time on the Strip. Some people think, Christmas, nobody comes here. Wrong. Lots of people come here on Christmas. Why? Well, they want to get away from their family, their friends. They want to gamble their winnings away. That's what we're hoping for, as a matter of fact. And by the way, Christmas this year is on a Friday.
Ooh, party time.
Which means, that's exactly right. We're going to be more people than normal, I'm assuming, hanging out here during the Christmas time, which also means New Year's Eve would be on a Friday. I think that's right. So it's going to be a busy 2 weekends.
New Year's Day would be on a Friday.
That's right. So it's going to be
New
a
Year's
busy
Eve
2
would be
weekends.
a Thursday night party night.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Roll into a crazy weekend.
So what we wanted to talk about today is holidays in Las Vegas. What are the things that we can do in the holiday spirit, in the Yuletide joyous kind of thing that we can do here in the Las Vegas, other than just say gamble all the green and red chips?
Yeah, actually, I was down at the Palazzo earlier today, and you could have thrown a cat through the place and not hit anybody. So it's very dead right now.
Yep.
But come Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, it's going to be crazy this weekend. Of course, Black Friday and all the fun stuff that's going on. But there's a lot of cool things. And ironically, I just had this conversation with my business partner at the radio station because he has his teenage granddaughters in town this week, spending Thanksgiving with him. And I said, what kind of stuff are you going to do? And he reeled off a bunch of stuff that they're going to go do.
Oh, cool.
And I go, there's a few things you're missing. And he goes, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. I said, ironically, we're going to talk about this on the show. So there's things that you mentioned.
Timely, aren't we?
Yeah, very much so, yeah. So if you have friends and family coming and you're looking for stuff to do, you picked the right
This
show.
is the place to go. So we're going to, like we normally do, we're going to break these down in major categories. First, we're going to talk about lights. Danny, are you listening?
When the lights.
We're talking about lights.
down.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about shows. Are there some good holiday shows to go to?
Oh, yes.
See,
Ooh, you
senor.
forgot one. But I know you wrote it down.
And you have one? that
I
you
do.
can add? Okay.
Yes, I do.
And then also just other things that you can do that are of the holiday spirit. So let's begin with lights, shall we? And our first contestant is over at Opportunity Village, and it's called the Magical Forest.
I just drove by the Magical Forest. It's already open.
It is lit and ready to go. And this is about Opportunity Village. So this is an organization for handicapped folks. It's a really super organization. And yeah, I've actually started going down that road now because of all the construction on Charleston and on Sahara.
Oh, yeah.
So I go down
You
there.
should anyway.
Well, yeah.
Been doing it for 17 years.
Well, actually, Sahara's pretty good when there's no traffic, but with all this construction, it's pretty bad. So it's on Oakley. And Oakley is right. Okay.
Oakley and Torrey Pines.
Yeah. So here's what's going on with this place. It's, like I said, really, really cool. The basic idea is, okay, it's a big train ride thing. So these millions of lights, hundreds of trees. They've got nightly entertainment, an enchanted carousel, which was my nickname in high school.
Oh, is it?
Yes, well, why not?
They also have funnel cakes.
Well,
Yeah, there you go.
perfect.
Yes.
You don't get like this without a few funnel cakes.
They got all kinds of cool things to do for the kids. They have you mentioned the performances.
Yeah.
Oftentimes that is children performing and adults doing stuff. Santa is there as well. I'd recommend if you're going to go, the closer you get to Christmas, the more absolutely crazy the crowds are.
Yep.
And if you don't know exactly where it is, if you know where the Community College of Southern Nevada campus is on West Charleston, it is just south of there. So at Okie and basically Okie and Torrey Pines is where you come in and you actually go into the community college parking lot to park there. We've gone there probably a dozen times, and it's just a lot of fun.
And there's a lot going on. It's not just the lights. It's not just the trains. They've got Boris the Elf's 3D experience. They've got an avalanche slide, Rudolph's Race Parade, mini golf. So it's from 5:30 to 10 every night. $10 for adult, $8 for children. I drive by it now every day. Have not been in it.
You've never done it?
No.
How many years have you lived in Las Vegas?
I've been here 10 years, and so
you have to go.
I'm going to go. We're going to go this year for sure. It's just basically down the street.
The cool thing is when you're walking through the magical forest, all the displays are created by local businesses.
Yeah.
And they maintain them and they update them, and there's some really cool stuff. Along the way, you do the train ride with the kids. I'm not sure if in your state, if you want to go on the train or not.
I've decided not to like you much.
Or sit on Santa's lap.
Could somebody buy me for Christmas like a girdle? I'm sure they have male girdles.
Oh, you look fine.
Just give me a girdle.
It's a fun thing to do. Now, you do have to remember this. It's all outside. There is an indoor area where the performances are.
Yeah.
So as the weather cools off and once sundown happens, you're looking at a significant difference in temperature. So you don't go there with a T-shirt and shorts and flip-flops saying, gosh, it was 70 degrees today. Because as soon as the sun goes down, it's 50.
Yeah.
And it's getting colder and you're getting colder.
Yeah.
And, of course, they want you to do that, so you buy lots of hot chocolate.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind.
And you didn't hear it from us, but bringing a flask of whiskey sounds like a horrible idea.
Not a bad idea at all.
Not a bad idea at all. So that's definitely on my list. I'm going to be doing that for sure. Also, the FLM Chocolate Factory, they have their holiday cactus garden. And I've been to this. This is really cool. So they have this huge cactus garden, 300 cactus, 500,000 lights. This is down in the Hendertucky area. Same kind of thing. You walk around the lights. Now they don't have different organizations doing little areas like they do at the Opportunity Village and like the next place we'll talk about. But still, the great thing is lights. I like lights. But the other thing is the factory tour. So FLM makes a really good chocolate. And they're part of the Mars company.
Sure.
And so if you, for instance, fly into the airport here into McCarran, you'll see an FLM store there. Super, super good chocolate. And we have a friend who works there, as a matter of fact, who actually manages the quality control for the whole place. And
where exactly? I've never seen the FLM factory.
Sunset.
Okay.
It's actually, there's two sunsets in Hendertucky, and it's where they cross. So it's like Sunset and Sunset.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's where it is. Live music. So when we were there, cool little jazz combo, little jazz trio was playing underneath an awning there. So the vibe is cool. The chocolate stuff is cool. Watching for kids, forget about it. Taking them through the factory, taking them through the lights.
Is it open every day?
Yeah, every day. Same thing. Or actually, it's from 5 to 10 as well. Actually, 5 instead of 5:30 to 10, and it's free.
Even better.
No cost.
It's during the week. It's
during the week.
Already underway?
Already. All these are going right now.
Oh, okay. So the 500,000 light cactuses. Cool.
Yeah, it's really, really highly recommended. So we may do that again as well. We did it before. I really liked it. And the other thing that we did, and we actually did a show about this, it might have been 3 years ago, is the glittering lights at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is a completely different thing. Here you're not walking, you're not, taking a train or whatever. You're actually driving your car. It's a 2.5 mile loop, if you will, that goes around the Motor Speedway. Here they've got 2 million lights, some animated stuff, and very much like what you've talked about over at Opportunity Village, they'll have people who sponsor different areas. Really cool, really fun. There's some of it was, I thought, well, here's what I thought. There's some of them were like, that could be better. And some I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. Can we slow down here?
It used to be at Sunset Park.
It's right.
And it kind of outgrew it, or the city said we can't handle the crowds anymore. I'm not sure why it moved. Now, I have not been to it since it's been at the Speedway, which is about 5-6 years. It's been at the Speedway.
Yes,
right around that.
That sounds about
around that time.
Yeah.
So, but it's a cool thing. It's $20 a car. Period.
Right.
So if you want to put 5, 6 people into your car and act like you're going to the drive-in, stuff them in the trunk.
Right.
And then pop the trunk open and say, okay, we're going to watch the... And suddenly you got, 800 clowns in a Volkswagen.
Right. And next thing you know, you're on the stripper playing at the Flamingo.
Right.
And they have hot drink, hot chocolate and that kind of stuff there as well. So you're not, and you didn't hear it from us, but you should not bring a flask of whiskey there. Driving and drinking is illegal.
That's where you just play Chinese fire drill, and then the person driving's not drinking.
Okay, now that was a tip from your buddy Brett, who is trying to be murdered by his family, and that may
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to avoid it.
Well, they're trying to murder you.
Yeah.
So that's our 3 lights. You've got the magical forest. You've got, here's the FLM cacti.
That is cool.
Pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's real nice. And then
you actually can tour the factory as well.
Yeah. And they're I think they're 24/7. They're cranking out chocolate all the time. Cool. They make Snicker bars there, for example. Yeah. So
free samples?
Yeah, for sure. And then they have a big, a candy store at the end.
Yeah.
Big giant candy store. Yeah.
That's the great thing about if you ever go to St. Louis and you do the Anheuser-Busch tour.
Yeah.
Free beer at the end of the tour. That's right. Free beer. And the tour is free.
I did the Samuel Adams tour in Boston.
It cost you?
Nothing.
Okay.
Did it cost me? It had to cost me.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't know. I wonder if somebody could look that up.
Free.
I'm not sure if it was free.
And you get free beer.
We did get beer. Yeah. A couple of beers. It was pretty neat.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our lights. Okay, it's time for showtime, and we're going to go off the strip here. Right. A couple, for instance, I think Human Nature does a show that's, Christmas.
I just did that down at the bottom there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That was when I took off. So, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Human Nature does a show that they do a Christmas thing. And by the way, we've talked about Human Nature before. They are really good. They are stunningly good. But here's what we're going to do. A couple that, especially if you're not a local, you will likely have never heard of these two guys. But I promise you, if you see them, you will thank me for just about the rest of your life. Both of these guys are amazing talents, great singers, and their Christmas specials are outstanding. So the first one is Clint Holmes for the Holiday. For those of you who might remember, Clint Holmes did the song back in the 70s. My name is Michael, I got a nickel, I got a nickel. You think he dreams about that stuff at night sometimes, wakes up.
What the hell was I thinking?
I got a nickel, I got a nickel.
I got lots of nickel.
I got lots of nickel. So that was his
Clint's
song.
very good.
And he does, so he's at the Cabaret Jazz Lounge, or whatever you call it, the Cabaret Jazz Bar. The first weekend of every month.
That's at the Smith Center.
At the Smith Center. First weekend of every month, he's there. And for the first weekend of Christmas, he's doing this Clint Holmes for the Holiday.
Cool.
So that's December 3rd, December 4th, and December 5th. $37 to $46. If you've not been in the Cabaret Jazz before, it's a great room. Great sound. Not a bad seat in the house. I mean, it's not that big. Mm-hmm. It's probably a couple hundred seats, maybe. Right. It's the old-fashioned little round tables, 3 or 4 people around. They also have a mezzanine, I guess they call it, around there. Just go watch this guy perform. He is the quintessential entertainer. He is what Las Vegas entertainment used to be. Sure. He used to have his own theater at the Flamingo, or Harrah's. The Harrah's or Flamingo?
Well, he was at the Hilton for a while too.
Yeah, but he actually had the Clint Holmes Theater.
Right. I want to say Harrah's. I think
was it Harrah's or Flamingo? I forget what it was. But he was Harrah's. So he was
Harrah's.
doing that for a while. But he's kicking around here doing all kinds of neat stuff. Go check him out. Also at Cabaret Jazz is Travis Clower. Travis plays Frankie Valli in Jersey Boys. Oh. He's the primary Frankie Valli. There's two Frankie Valli. There's 2 of everybody in the show.
Right.
And one of them is a primary and one of them is the secondary. And Travis is the primary Frankie Valli. A, nicest guy in town. Just a sweetheart. B, sings like an angel.
Yes, he does.
Unbelievable voice. He just did a Christmas CD that I actually helped kickstart.
Oh.
And I think it's also called Christmas at My Place. And I actually have his music here. I got it from the Kickstarter. But he's doing a one-day thing on December 7th.
It's a Monday.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's a horrible day for that, isn't it? Yeah. So 12/7. Monday, apparently, at Cabaret Jazz, $46 to $61. Again, same location, great seats. But if you're here on a Monday and you want, especially if you're a tourist, and you want to say, I did a super Vegas-y thing that you can't do on the Strip, go check out Travis and tell him your buddy Scott sent you. Okay, now let's do some stuff. I say we go ice skating.
Yeah.
I love ice skating.
We have multiple places to ice skate. Yeah, I could tell you've been exercising quite a bit.
I'm an ice skater from way back when.
Yeah. We do have 2 ice rinks that are ice rinks all the time.
And where are those?
Well, one is at the Fiesta at Rancho and Lake Mead, the Sobe Ice Arena, where they play lots of hockey, but they also have open skating, so you can go there and figure skate and go hold hands like the old roller rink and skate around. And
you are sweet on me, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's, of course, the Las Vegas Ice Center, which is located at the corner of Flamingo and Fort Apache, which has 2 rinks. Lots of amateur hockey going on there, lots of tournaments. I'm sure it'll be very busy, ironically, this weekend with Thanksgiving tournaments. There'll be 1 million kids in town playing hockey tournaments. Fun. From all over the West. But they all have open skating all the time, where you can go in July if you want to and go ice skating.
Perfect.
In your shorts.
Let's get Christmassy.
And then you got the outdoor, which we're going to talk about.
Let's hit the Strip first. We're going to go the ice rink at Cosmopolitan. This is, it begins, what am I doing here? Oh, either 12 or 3 o'clock to midnight every night. Great view. I mean, this is, right on the top. You're looking at the Strip, your ice skate. Look at this is a pretty cool, pretty groovy thing. So you're drinking your warm drinks. Let's say, I don't know, a little Irish coffee.
Sure.
Perhaps.
Good idea.
You've got your skates on. You're cruising around Cosmopolitan. They're not going to have a fire now.
No. That's where the pool used.
That's right. Fire's gone. Can't burn shit if it's already burned.
So now the heat miser's not around.
Right. I'm Mr. Heat Miser.
My wife loves that place.
They have fire pits, s'mores, warm cocktails, but wait, there's more. Snow showers.
Better than a golden.
Which we talked about last week. As a
did you really?
Yes, we did.
Sorry, Pippin.
We use it. No, we used it as one of my hints for the Haddam.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you got fire pits, you got s'mores, you got warm cocktails, you got snow showers. What more can you ask for? Does it cost a lot, Scott? Nay. It's $15 if you're an outside person. If you're a tourist, it's only $10. Now, if you actually want to rent skates, it's an additional $5. But I guess if you have your own skates,
you bring them with you.
Bring them with you.
Sure.
I think that's lovely. That's one of my favorite things. Also, Caesar's Chalet, which they've been doing for some time now. 2,100 square feet of ice skating with LED lights all over the place. Does it get better than that? Well,
perhaps.
Let's say no, because we want people to go there. It's $20, but it includes the skates.
You know, they actually had an NHL exhibition hockey game outside at Caesar's Palace at one time back in the 1980s.
So you were here then?
No, it was before my time. Nice try. Should I be lying? Oh yeah, I was there at the game.
Yeah, you kidding? Yeah. I dropped the puck.
They were skating on a pond. The problem is they had a little bit of an issue with keeping the ice.
Right. What year
it turned into it turned into a 7-Eleven slushie. It's great promotion for 7-Eleven.
Okay, so we've got Cosmopolitan, the rink at Cosmo. We've got Caesar's Chalet. That's our 2 strip things. And hey, let's go downtown. How about Rock Rink at downtown Summerlin? Oh.
I did that last year with the kids.
How was that?
It was very nice. The good thing about it was the word hadn't gotten out yet, so it wasn't 1 million people there.
Yeah.
And about a week and a half later, we happened to be there and walk by, and there were 1 million people there.
Really?
But it's probably of the surfaces we've talked about here. It's bigger than the other.
Yeah,
ones.
I was gonna say
it might not be as big as the Caesars, but it's bigger than the rink area at the Cosmopolitan.
It looked pretty big.
Yeah.
I happened to glance at it. I think it was 2 weekends ago. I'm like, what is that? That's actually one of the things that got me thinking. We should talk about holiday stuff.
Not the fact that about a month ago I put the holiday thing in
That too.
Oh, okay.
God's sake. Yes, we all love you, Brett. And I saw
I just want to give my contribution.
in downtown Summerlin. I'm like, I didn't know they had that. That's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and talk about that.
Well, that's cool because then if the kids are old enough and they know how to skate, Mom can go shop and leave them. If you're teenagers and you want a cool thing to do for a date.
Yeah.
Let's go ice skating, honey. Let's go have some fun. And
it's better than chilling Netflix, which, you know what that means?
Oops.
It means sex. No, I didn't know that. I thought
heavy petting.
I thought it just meant watching Netflix.
Heavy petting.
No, that's code. If somebody says, hey, you want to do some chilling Netflix or Netflix on a chill, that means sex.
It doesn't?
Oh. I believe that's true.
Oh, I'll believe you.
Okay, and this goes on from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock every evening, and it's $15, and it includes your ice skates. Okay.
Yep.
Let's get authentic. Will you please?
Sure.
Everything that we've done so far, it was created for the holidays.
As opposed to Mother Nature.
Yeah, I say, find me holiday joy. Find me the love of baby Jesus. Find me snow and pines.
That was going to come out of my nose.
Don't do that, okay? And I say unto you, Mount Charleston.
Indeed.
Head on up there. Go sledding. Go to the cabin thing, which is called the hotel at Mount Charleston.
That's the lodge.
Or
There's
lodge.
the Mount Charleston Hotel.
Go to the
And then
lodge.
the very top, it's the Mount Charleston Lodge.
Okay, go to the hotel first. It's very big. It has a somewhat, what was that Jack Nicholson movie?
Oh, a little red rum feel to it.
Red rum. It has a slight red rummian vibe.
Okay.
Which adds to the Shining. It has a slight.
Did you know that used to be a golf course all around there?
No.
Yeah, like up on the hill, there was a golf course.
Where was that located?
It was around. It surrounded the hotel from below it and over the top.
You mean at Mount Charleston? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the Shining Hotel. I'm like, really?
I'm talking about Mount Charleston.
Was Nicholson playing a little golf before he's like scaring the shit out of people?
Red rum.
Here's. What did you shank a pot? I don't know.
It's a shankopotamus.
What a shit. Anyways, Mount Charleston. You know, the thing is, I don't get up there as often as I want to. When we first moved here, I was fascinated by Mount Charleston. I just thought, wow, this is pretty cool. It's 45, 50 minutes away. It's 30 degrees different.
Right.
It's it's like being a Big Bear. Well, not quite, but it has that kind of vibe. Like I said before, cactus, pine tree, snow. What the hell's going on?
And of course, you got the Las Vegas Ski and Snow Resort there as well at Lee Canyon. I'm not sure if that's open yet, if they've had enough snow.
I don't know.
So you might want to check there and check their website.
Yeah. And then finally, you've got to, if you're in Las Vegas, you've always got to check out the Bellagio Conservatory. They always, really do the whole Christmas thing up. It's gorgeous in there. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say it because I have to. It's the law. If you're talking about Christmas in Las Vegas, you have to mention that. But that's not what you need to do. No, you need to do the other things we talked about.
Okay.
Go see lights.
Well, one other thing, and I wouldn't say you do it this weekend, but as the holidays get closer and the homeowners get their houses ready to rock and roll, roam neighborhoods. There's actually an article that Channel 8 did a year ago, and if you Google it, basically the headline is neighborhoods with top holiday lights in Las Vegas. Just kind of Google neighborhoods with top holiday lights. They actually give you the address. I'm not sure the homeowners like that, but
well, I tell you
come
what,
to Bob's house at 10087 Pikes Peak.
My guess is they like it.
Well, one of the guys, and I'm not sure if it happened before, he's got thousands and thousands of lights and synchronized music that is on an FM radio station simulcast on 106.1 last year.
Who's the Mark Savard? The hypnotist, he does that.
Okay.
He's got, thousands of lights, music synchronized out there. That's a big thing for him. All right. Yeah. So
I don't know if that's his place or not, but the address is 1343 Villa Park Court, 89110. That's in the Northeast. And the cool thing is they have this by section, Northeast, Northwest, Southwest, Hendertucky.
Oh,
so you can roam around your neighborhood.
I think that's awesome.
And of course, some of those might be, like yours, gated communities. That's all right. The code is always 1111 pound.
Okay. Thanks for sharing all of our secrets there, Brett. All right. That's it. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll be right back. This is the Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network. Sing it, baby. Hey, Scott Whitney here for LASIK of Nevada. And I know what you're probably thinking. Scott, you're wearing glasses. What on earth can you tell me about LASIK? Well, let me tell you my story. So some time ago, I visited Dr. Rothman to see if I could have the LASIK procedure. Had a couple tests done, and come to find out, I wasn't a candidate. But instead of those $299 an eye guys who pretty much will work on anybody, Dr. Rothman brought me aside and just said it wasn't an option at the time, which I really appreciated. Now, meanwhile, he's gone on and done 60,000 LASIK procedures. I got friends in Reno, down here in Las Vegas, who've all seen Dr. Rothman. As a matter of fact, he is the most experienced LASIK surgeon living in Nevada today. So check out their website. It's LASIKofNV.com. Again, LASIKofNV.com. And if you mention Vegas Video Network, they're going to give you 50% off of premium LASIK plus, come here, an additional $200 off. That's LASIKofNV.com. Welcome back to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Time for some RQS, some real quick stories. And I will begin by saying I made my wife happy because I let a man stick his finger in my butt.
Did you happen to have a medical student in the room with you?
Nope.
Or a woman who was maybe keeping notes?
Nope.
I did when I had mine.
Nope.
Yeah.
This was just down the street over here. No, I'm kidding. So I'm of an age where, you have to go out and do the old prostate check. And so I'm like, okay, all right.
Who would have known that's the way they have to go check your prostate until you actually have to go get your prostate checked?
Well,
really? That's the direction we're going?
Yeah.
I had no.
Such a weird experience. So I go in there, first time in there, and I fill out my forms. And they bring me into the office, and they're like, okay, we have to do a pee test. Fair enough. I'm prepared for that. I studied. Gave him the pee. Sat down, waited for the doctor to come in. Doctor walks in, and he says, hi, Stephen Kurtz. Not Dr. Kurtz, just, hey, Stephen Kurtz. I was like, hey, Steve. I'm like, oh, hey, doctor. Because I'm just kind of,
You're nervous.
I respect the title.
Do you have fat fingers?
Yeah. I was like, mind if I do this for me? Would you mind?
Exactly. Short and stubby. Not good.
Hey,
Not good.
Did you have to be an Italian guy? So
the last thing you want from your proctologist or which kind of doctor?
Urologist.
Your urologist. You don't want a 300-pound, fat, 5'8" guy.
No.
You want a nice, slender, 6'4" guy with long, narrow fingers. Yeah.
I want a marathon runner.
Exactly.
Right. So I'm like, oh, sorry, doctor. He goes, no, I don't really care. I'm not really into that stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So, we do the standard dialogue, have you had one of these before? No, really? Do you have a doctor, blah, 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 any symptoms and stuff? Yada, yada, yada. He goes, okay, well, it's time. I'm like, okay, what do I do? Drop your pants. And then we're going to have you turn around. I'm like, okay, here we go. So he starts off with, the old, let me just check the bowels and cough and do all that. So I'm like, okay, well, we're checking for a hernia. And I've had a hernia. So I kind of know that drill. And he goes, okay. Now you're just going to turn around on that little bed thing and bend over. So I assumed the position as if I were arrested, which means I did this, right? And now my pants are down by my knees right now. So I'm doing this. I'm like, this is, I forgot to say, when he first walked in, he's looking at my chart and he goes, prostate exam, yay. Because that's what I wrote. While you're here, I wrote prostate exam, yay.
You wrote the yay.
Yeah. So he thought that was really funny. And then he decided to show me how funny he thought he was. Okay. So I'm standing like this.
No,
right?
not quite what I want to do.
No, and he goes, you're going to have to put your elbows on the bed or whatever they call that thing. I'm like, okay.
On the table.
So I'm like this. Here we go. And I thought,
using the whole fist on it?
I looked at the diagram to know where the prostate is. And I felt he went a little farther than necessary to do the exam.
He's now doing puppets.
I'm like, hey now, that was unexpected and not altogether welcome. So he does it. He goes, okay. So, well, how'd that go? Because it's fine. You're all set. I said, well, what are you looking for? He goes, I said, I'm going to talk about this on my show. And he was like, huh?
Okay.
He goes, well, how does this work? So I had the little diagram. I said, so that's where it is. What are you looking for? He goes, well, I'm looking for uniformity and a certain consistency. He goes, it should be soft as opposed to hard or bumpy. And he goes, let me show you exactly how we were taught in medical school.
Bend over again.
Right. And that's when I said, are we dating?
Doc, can I at least get a kiss and maybe a dinner out of this?
Right. Said, come on, I know you're worth it. You're making good money. Come on, let's go out for dinner. He goes, here's how you do it. Your prostate should feel like this part.
Of your thumb, of your palm.
Of your palm. The meaty part just below the thumb. It should be soft, like this. Okay. He said it should not feel like a knuckle. So if it feels like a knuckle, that's problematic. If it feels soft like that, that's good. But there's two tests they do. They do the physical test, all that, and then they also do a blood test. And I have to go do the blood test. But he said everything so far looks great, and, we'll see you in a year and all that good stuff. So my wife loves me because a man put his finger in my butt.
Well, when I first got diagnosed, which I have, colorectal cancer, I had more people in Las Vegas their hand up my ass than should be humanly allowed. It's all, I wanted them all arrested.
So when I walk out, so
luckily one of them was a woman.
Oh, really?
And I went, thank God.
Really?
At least I got a woman.
Right. Well, so when you walk out, and this guy's pretty busy. He's actually a really well-respected dude or whatever. So I walk out, and everybody knows what everybody's in there for, basically.
Right.
There's a room full of men going, yeah, somebody's going to stick their finger in my ass. What am I?
I'd like to be.
I'm volunteering here.
How'd you like to be the doctor?
Well, I can't even.
Hi,
imagine.
I'm Dr. Kurtz. Wait a second, Doc. Are you using?
I completely.
Which way do you go here, Doc?
I actually mentioned that to Melissa, and Melissa's like, "Well, you know what he's doing? He's saving lives, and that's pretty neat." I'm like, oh, you know what? Good point. Okay. As opposed to I'm looking at asses all day. But so I walk out. And you know what the natural thing to do is when somebody moves, you look at him. So I walk out, and the whole room looks at me. I'm like, hey.
It was good for me.
You're making me feel bad. Don't shame me.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
So,
especially the embarrassment when he tells me it's okay to clean up and clean yourself up.
Oh yeah, that's it. So he goes, if you want to, what did he say? If you want to wipe the stuff I use, I forget what words he used. So he hands you a couple things, and so you've got your pants down by your knees. There's another man in the room. You're like, well, okay.
Yeah.
So,
otherwise, you're going to slide out your car seat.
I'm not going to pantomime the wiping that I just did, but yeah, it was less than pleasant. Second up, we just did our first show, House Seats Presents, on Monday with Bryce Crossman. He did a great job. Super happy with the show. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking at getting, as one of our first guests, Matt Goss over at Caesars. And I invite you to go check out our show. Again, it's live Mondays at 3 o'clock at vegasvideonetwork.com/live.
Sounds like a familiar time, Mondays at 3.
It does?
That I never used.
Oh, well, it used to be your time. So check him out. And by the way, Bryce is one of those guys that is just really nice. He's a smart guy. He created House Seats. He also runs DW Bistro, started DW Bistro. Really, really, I think it's going to be a lot of fun for us to do. Now, here's the bad news. I know I've got people putting their finger in me, and I've got a happy show, but apparently Mayhem is in your life.
Well, a couple nights ago, my wife was, making dinner, and she made some chicken, and she'd been using some newer spices. So she found a new chicken rub that she kind of liked, and she used that on it. And then we started to put turmeric on a lot of things, which is a Indian spice, which actually helps cancer fighting. So if anybody wants to do that proactively, turmeric is actually very good for cancer. Yeah, it isn't though, don't you think? So anyway, dinner's cooking, and I smell a rather pungent odor while dinner's cooking, and I'm not very far away, and I'm thinking, well, maybe it's a combination of new spices. I don't know. And of course, the chicken's done, and I have a couple pieces of chicken. My wife's in the other room. She wasn't feeling great, I don't think, and she wasn't paying attention. My son is there, and he has like 4 pieces of chicken.
Attaboy.
And then my wife comes in the kitchen, and she's screaming, "Oh my God, what have I done? What have I done?" I mean, pure panic. What have I done?
What happened?
Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
I sprayed oven cleaner in the oven yesterday, and I never ran the oven.
Oh
my God, I poisoned you guys. I killed you. I poisoned you. I've killed my son and my husband. Okay. I mean, Italian hysterics.
She's not prone to
she's
hysterics.
Well, yeah, but this is like
muy poquito.
This is muy. This
grande.
is mucho grande.
Muy grande.
So I'm on the phone now with poison control.
Right.
Okay. First of all, I feel great, and honestly, the chicken was pretty damn good. So it's like we never thought. My son's looking down, going, "I got 4 bones over here." Your dad only had 2 pieces.
Right.
Yeah. He weighs more than I do.
I'm a dog who just ate chocolate. What do I do now?
So I call the guy at the poison control. My wife tries to talk to him first, and she can't get a word out. I said, let me hang on. So now I'm getting mad at her, so I have to calm her down and scream at her, which basically is shut the what up,
right,
and go away. Go cry somewhere else.
Go poison the dog.
Exactly. So I tell the guy, okay, here's what happened. She sprayed the oven cleaner in yesterday, didn't run the oven cleaner, and cooked chicken inside there. And the guy goes, believe it or not, we get this call about 50 times a day.
Really?
And I go, really? He goes,
a lot of dead people?
you'll be perfectly fine.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So I'm here. It's like 3 days ago.
Well.
Okay.
Okay.
So then the next day,
right.
she decides to run the damn oven cleaner, which is the most noxious smelling thing on the planet. So now, and then I don't know if she forgot about it or the self-cleaning thing wasn't quite working. When you opened up the oven, it looked like, I don't know, a volcano exploded.
Yeah.
And it was like this white, it was like 4 inches of snow in the oven.
Yeah, right.
Like, what the hell's going on? You're trying to kill me. It's twice.
Right.
You're trying to kill me with these noxious smells.
Right.
It's like, it was cold that night. I got every darn window in the house open, trying to get on. Then I take my wife out of the equation now.
Everything happens in threes.
Yeah, that's a good point. I went to the office because I've been kind of cooped up in the house with this pneumonia. I haven't been doing a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
And I don't mind laying around being a lazy bum on Saturday and Sunday. If I was working during the week, I feel like I earned it.
Yep.
But if you're laying around all week and now it's like, I got to get out of the house. I just got to go do something. So I go to the office yesterday and I go into my office and I smell this crazy, disgusting smell in my office.
Okay.
Like something's burning. Is my computer burning? Is the security system? Something's burning. Something's burning. So I walk out of my office, and I say to a couple members of my staff, does anybody smell that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's back there in the kitchen. So-and-so was cooking a pizza and burned it. Like, we don't have an oven. No, it was in the microwave. Okay. So there's this disgusting smell from a pizza where the microwave just absolutely destroyed. I don't know if he cooked it with the plastic on in the cardboard box, but it is the most noxious. People are trying to kill me everywhere I go.
When did this happen? The last one?
That was yesterday. The smell's still there today.
What do you smell right now? Anything?
I don't know. I'm good.
Did you know that gas is actually
Did you
odorless?
pass wind?
No, not that kind of gas.
Okay.
Kind that kills you. When you smell like that eggy smell, that's added by humans.
Right.
But natural?
Right. If you don't smell it, no.
Smell anything?
No. So we're dead? I mean, we're dead. Should I get some natural gas? Need some rotten eggs? It's rotten eggs they put in there.
My work here is almost done. All right, let's talk to our chat people. Our chat people want to talk to us. They've got things to say, but I made a mistake last week. What? That almost never happens. Well, we'll see about that. I skipped last week's Danny's happy hour. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you the shit I got for that on Thursday when she came in.
You were saving it for me. Just tell her that.
That's what it was.
Danny, it was a
What's a great line? Hold on.
Scott made the decision to make sure that the critic was here to see it firsthand.
So now we're gonna finally play Danny's video because Brett's back, and I really wanted Brett to see what Danny has to say in her big cocktail review thing.
Hey there, it's Danny Ackerman, the Danny app, here for a Vegas Video Network happy hour review. We are at the 107 Lounge up in the Stratosphere Tower. And as you can see, it's not such a great happy hour. We've been here, oh my gosh, we've been here for a good 20, 25 minutes and no service. Yeah, they've got half-price appetizers and half-price cocktails, but you can't get them. And even if you could, the prices are pretty pricey, so not such a great deal. So, hey, we're going to head downstairs and go find some food and drinks. Signing off, Danny Ackerman, your Vegas Video Network. Food, drinks, yeah. I don't know, I found this guy here, and he just, I don't know.
Who's the guy on the left, Danny?
Okay, so look at that. We've got actors now. Danny is bringing in...
She's hiring talent.
We're bringing in some talent. She's not messing around. A couple things happened in that video that was super important. A, been giving her shit for probably 6 months because she'd lost one of her visors, the black visor, but guess what? Apparently it was somehow found. What was once lost has now been found.
The prodigal visor has returned.
The prodigal visor is back. Life is good. And then, wait a minute, there seemed to be a new character, somebody who some people don't recognize. Oh, I recognize that young man playing the sleeping, I think in the script it said, sleeping man on left. That was his thing. No speaking. He wasn't paid for it. That's Rob.
Oh.
In our live chat.
Sure Shot Web Rob.
Sure Shot Web Rob, who's also a co-op member. was there. So I applaud both.
Are they having an affair? Because her husband was sleeping.
Well,
he might not even noticed.
Well, he was sleeping too.
Well, I go back to my stimulating conversation.
Hey, let's not.
Danny, I do like the fact that was the brevity was fantastic in that video. Oh, it was actually well done. I like that one.
Okay, so thank you, Danny, for that. A couple of questions that we didn't take from last week. Mike Q, are there any foods only associated with Las Vegas? Yeah, I just came up with one.
What?
99-cent shrimp cocktail.
Well, but you can get a shrimp cocktail anywhere.
Don't push me.
All right. I honestly, I can't.
I'm doing the
think
best
of
I can here. I'm under a lot of pressure.
That's actually a good question because, you think of like a town like Cincinnati where they have their, spaghetti and chili, or the Maryland crab cakes, or, Baltimore stuff, or the, Chicago style pizza, New York pizza.
Right.
Is there a Vegas thing?
Shrimp cocktail. Don't push
Somebody
me.
invented shrimp cocktail.
Look at the live chat is completely in it. Shrimp cocktail. All right.
That's not a Vegas
next question.
Only thing.
I saw a question.
Maybe the price is. But where can you get a 99-cent shrimp cocktail now? And you know what? The size of the shrimp? About the size of your Johnson when you dropped your pants today at the
now, how would you know how
tiny?
Maybe it was
shrinkage. It's automatic. Anytime you go to a doctor
maybe it was
and you drop
happy.
your pants, it's automatic. It's like you just got out of a 58-degree pool.
It was as if you were standing right next to me. And you think about that too. You're like, what if he thinks that I'm, normal or monstrous or probably not. I want to talk about shrimp cocktail tonight, and it's not my fault. All right. So I did see a live chat pass before I could see it, and they asked if I go see a show on Thanksgiving Day, are we going to see the A team or some secondary team
for
the shows?
Jimmy Tucci's.
Oh yeah, and actually you're going to see the A team probably because these guys don't. Well, first of all, they don't believe in God, and they don't believe. I don't know what that was about. No,
they don't believe in pilgrims.
It actually has to do with just the day and not the holiday.
Right.
So, for example, for I think Thursdays, I think for Jersey boys, Thursdays is not the day that Travis plays Frankie Valli. So he would happen to get that day off, but I don't believe that they're making those kind of switches. And I think that also might be a union thing. I think you have to work a certain amount of time and you're off a certain amount of time. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I don't think you're gonna miss anything special. And by the way, the secondary guys out there are just as good as the primary guys as well. I mean,
they're excellent.
There's a huge amount of talent here. All right, Chicago Snowman wants to know: will kids be shocked while walking on the strip? Only if they're buying drinks, because it's expensive.
Well, I'm shocked walking the strip. The number of fat women in short skirts and really high heels.
Not now.
And amazing that they could actually still stand on those tiny little heels.
They're like hippopotamus.
The itty bitty things, and their frames are like this, and it barely covers their coochie, and it's like 50 pounds of sausage inside a 10-pound bag, and it's not pretty. And they usually come in. Usually they travel in packs.
Live chat's like, come on, Brett, I'm eating.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. My guess is the context is the card flipper people.
Yeah.
And so that has changed radically since, let's say, 3 years ago. 3 years ago, the card flipper people were doing this and handing out cards, and people would take a card and just throw it. Right. Take a card and throw it. And so these cards were just surrounding people, and it looked like hell. And so they passed a legislation that said the card flippers are responsible for keeping those cards off the ground. So if they hand me a card and I throw it down, the card flipper has to pick that card up. So now if you walk up and down the strip, you don't see cards hanging out on the ground anymore because they're being picked up. That's the first thing. Second thing is a lot of properties have now extended their property out to the street. And that means that they can keep people off in front of their property because it's their property as opposed to the sidewalk.
It's not as easy to walk the strip as it used to be.
That's true.
There's a lot of pedestrian overpasses now.
Yep.
And I would say if you're going to walk the strip, I would do it kind of from basically the south side of Bellagio, where you're walking by the fountains of Bellagio, through Caesars, the Mirage, down to like Treasure Island, and that way you're seeing the cool stuff right in the middle of the strip.
Yep.
The volcano.
Yep.
You can stop and have a dessert at Serendipity 3 or something like that.
And then the final question we'll do today, Mike Q wants to know, how are the new busker rules working out? And is specifically talking about in Fremont Street, on the Fremont Street experience, they changed the free-for-all that was the busker thing. Before, what you could do if you were a busker is you could be anywhere. You could stand anywhere with there was some guidance. You had to be 6 feet away from a kiosk. You had to be 6 feet away from the front of a casino.
For folks who don't know what a busker is?
A busker is a entertainer who is a street performer is what a busker is. Okay. So that was always causing a lot of problems. And there's also problems with just the talent. And what ended up happening was the local government, the county, and then Fremont Street said, okay, we got to create something that's a bit more controllable. And so they've created, I think it's 32 or 34 of these discs, big discs that they put on the ground in a bunch of areas, and you have to sign up to be in a lottery that then assigns you one of these circles. And then you rotate every 2 hours, I believe it is. So the other issue people were having is I get a prime spot and I hoard it for the whole night.
Right.
It can't happen anymore. So what happens now is these people go in there, they say, I want to do this. I go, all right, we're going to take the first 34 or whatever it is who get picked out of the lottery tonight. You're in circle A, circle B, circle C, and then every 2 hours, you shift. So what's happened is the feedback we're getting from the actual talent, the buskers, is it's good for them. The people who are good, they're going to attract people.
Are they getting work every night?
Not every night. Not if there's more than 34 people who want to sign up. Then no.
See, isn't that, I would think that would be a problem where there's got to be 50 to 100 people wanting to do that on a nightly basis.
Well, I'm not sure how they handle that. What's not the labor guys, but the people who look out for free speech and all that.
The ACLU?
Yeah, ACLU. So the ACLU sued Fremont Street years and years ago because they were trying to stop these guys from doing that, and they said, no, it's a free speech issue. Well, this time, FSE worked with the ACLU, and they both agreed on this plan. So they're safe from the ACLU suing them for this. So, yeah, it does two things. First, it limits the number of people who are on the street. So it's easier to get by, it's safer. You don't have people who are chasing you, and that was a complaint. You get buskers who like kind of pursue you and say, "Hey, man, you got to pay me." Which, by the way, you do not have to pay them. But they became kind of aggressive. Well, now they can't do that. They got to stay in their circle and they can't move. That's the first thing. Second thing is, a lot of the crappy buskers are complaining because they might be in a spot that doesn't draw the same attention. Well, it's because they're not able to get where they want to be. But if you're good, if you're a good singer or a good magician or a good instrumentalist, you're going to draw people to you. That's just the way it is.
Got you.
And you're going to rotate every 2 hours. So even if that's not a great spot, 2 hours from now, you'll be in a different spot that may or may not.
Yeah, if you suck, the crowd's not going to follow you to stand at that spot going, okay, let's see if the next guy's any good.
Yeah, so I thought it was a great idea. I actually think it was originally written to be even more, to be safer. They were supposed to get names, addresses, IDs, background checks, and they kind of pulled away from that the very last moment they submitted it, and that made some people unhappy who were associated with Fremont Street. But nonetheless, there is a time limit. I think it's 2 hours per circle, Shannon, and then they rotate. Now I don't know if they 2 hours per circle. I don't know if, let's say it's 5 circles instead of 30, whatever. I don't know if those 5 just continue to rotate or you rotate out and somebody else comes in. I don't know what that is. My guess is that's not how it works. My guess is it rotates all around. And it starts at 3, goes to, say, 2. What is that? That's 9, 10, 11 hours. So 11 hours.
And you got to perform for 11 hours?
No, you don't have to. I suppose you can bail out. I don't know how that works. But these guys are on there for a long time. And actually, my guess is, I don't know how that works. Because you don't really want to get out there until it gets dark, typically. Right. Now that's 5. So 5 to 2... that's 7 to 9 hours.
Maybe they require you to be there. And do you have to pay for one of these spots, or just a lottery?
No, okay. It's a lottery. So I think it's good. I actually haven't been there since that started, but the concept to me is an outstanding idea. You know what? Let's drink to that. Yeah. Is it? All right, it's time for Have a Drink on Me. By the way, that was a very Gene Simmons, don't you think?
Absolutely.
All right, Have a Drink on Me. Here's how this works. I show you a picture of a bar that I have visited or I want to visit, and you're asked to guess it. If you can guess it, all kinds of magical things come your way. Really, Scott? Anyway, you might be able to give us an example of that? Why, yes.
There's all kinds of wonderful gifts you can get from the Vegas Video Network.
For example,
including the fabulous Vegas Video Network Visor, which is worthless in November and December, but by golly, it's fabulous for the summer. Great holiday music with Christmas Acoustic 1 and 2, and celebrate the holidays on New Year's Eve with Gajazzathon, even though it was upside down. If none of those work for you, how about a new honey? Honey Jack. Have a cocktail with Scott Whitney.
Very good. Thank you, Brett.
There you go.
And Brett's going to remind you, where do you send an email for people to play along with
There's
us?
only one place to do that. That's have a drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. That's have a drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Not the Vegas Video Network.
That's right.
Just Vegas Video Network.
Now, there's also joyous things that could happen.
We have a new picture.
That's right, we do. Oh, I didn't want to put that up yet. We have a new picture. Thanks for doing that. That was awesome of you. There's a couple of things. First of all, if you're in the live chat during this segment and you have submitted a correct answer, guess what? We will double your pleasure.
And fun.
Double your fun. Is there another way to do it, Scott? Yep. Sure. If you show the Gajazzathon CD or the Christmas Acoustic CD in the wild, we will also give you an entry. But wait, are there better things to happen than that?
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
You change the rules weekly to make sure
that rule does
I
not
get writer's
change.
cramp.
That rule does not change. But you can also be, if you receive one of these visors, greatness happens to you. You become a part of the galaxy.
Attaboy.
Of gods. There's Michael, he's new, and the strip lights right guard, and that's Michael. Whoops. There's Scott, there's Jack, Alan, and Aaron. There's Pops, there's Sammy, who just lost 20 pounds. I like that guy. There is Jackie. Oh, there's Christina. There's Preston.
Hey, Pops.
There's Don and Wayne, and there is a guy who will shoot you if you're not very nice. There's Danny. There is Michael. Wait a minute. That's the same Michael. That son of a bitch has got two pictures in there.
Yes.
What?
I recognized him.
Oh.
I like the second one better.
This one or this one?
That one. I like the Bellagio in the background.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to change it. All right. Oh, Michael. Let's try to pull a fast one on me. All right. I thought his name looked familiar. All right, we got 18 out of 18 for this or last week's Have a Drink on Me. And here is that particular place.
I know it.
You do not.
I've been there.
Come on.
I have.
The three hints we gave was it's the Brooklyn Bowl, Bowl, and of course
the Golden Shower. The clue was what?
Hard to say.
Did you say you like their chicken?
Golden Shower, was it this one or maybe it was the week before that? Golden Nugget, I forget. Hard to say. You can't really trust me with that. Okay, so here we go.
Cannot be trusted.
Cannot be trusted. Ready?
Yep.
Michael Snow. Boink.
Is he in there?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Gary Romberg.
Golden Tiki.
Oh, yeah, it's Golden Tiki. And I said golden. It's better that this is not a shower as opposed. I don't know. It was very clever when I did.
Gotcha.
Gary Romberg. Now we're giving him 2 because he submitted last week and his got lost. So you don't have to do it. I've got 2 here.
Oh.
Boop. And then we've got Jimmy 2Gs, who is in the live chat. Let's give it to Jimmy. Boom. 1 for him and 1 for the live chat.
Got it.
Stephen Sutherland got it right as well.
There goes Jimmy.
Brian Leach, who is in the live chat. Let me double check, please. There he is.
Did you say Brian?
Yeah, Brian.
Brian Leach, I'm yelling and I don't know why.
All right. Monica Fagan, oftentimes winner.
I saw a different David Fagan's there.
They are not related in any way. But Binky51 is Monica, as I recall. There she is. So give her a Monica Fagan.
Okay.
Andy in New Hampshire. I don't believe Andy is in the live chat. He's in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, the people in New Hampshire don't stay up late. That's the practice. Jimmy Cowley. And Jimmy is this good-looking man, right? Nope. Is this good-looking man, right? Where the hell Jimmy go? Is Jimmy in here?
I don't think so.
Oh, Jimmy. What am I going to do with it? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, Jimmy's not in there. Come on, Jimmy, be a part of it. Eric Hansen, also known as Airport Limbo, who we know is in the live chat. And, of course, very last minute, Mike Gerzowinski, who is not in the live chat. Okay. We've also got Steve I, who is always in the live chat. He's one of the best, I would argue. Steve says, love all the great information. Keep it coming. All right. Attaboy, Stevie.
Oops, I got it.
Oh, my God.
I got it.
Eric Perry says, you know what? She ate at this location, the Brooklyn Bowl, but she did not have the chicken. And you look at her, she looks intelligent.
Like she can follow directions.
You would think, hey, I'm going to go to Brooklyn Bowl, I'm going to eat the chicken. But no, Aaron,
she said, I'm having none of that.
Aaron, please, for the love of God, don't go there and not eat the chicken. Finally, Kid Dakota, we know Kitty's in there. Kitty, do you like to be called Kitty? Of course you do. Who wouldn't? Wait a minute, hold on. I don't think he's in there. He was in there, and he may have. Oh, I'm sorry, Kid Dakota. I'm sorry, you're out. Okay, moving forward. First up, Rob Cole. We just saw Rob Cole in a beautiful display of acting where he played the sleeping character on the left. Rob has something to say. Rob
he had a very difficult role.
He did. He played it
Pulled it off very well.
Rob?
This week, I'm going with the go to the Brooklyn Bowl as my Haddam answer, although having the best fried strip on the chicken doesn't interest me. I would have expected them to be in the New York instead of the Link. And wouldn't you know, they have a location in London as well. I did not know that.
Yes. By the way, the live chat, again, being part of the show, helping, providing feedback. Pops mentioned, didn't Erin make that great 3D card? She did. And so, Erin, everything I said about you was an error.
You said she was intelligent? Now you're saying that's an error?
No, I said she was intelligent, but I said she was bad or something. I don't know. Play back the tape. And the reason why I said
Say it, Mr. Trump.
Anything I said negative was because this man's trying to poison me.
Whatever you say, Dr. Carson.
That is the reason that happened. Okay, we're moving forward. Please don't yell at me. Dave Fagan, who I believe you mentioned is in the live chat.
Yeah, he sure is.
Let's double check.
I saw him.
Oh, there he is. He's got a very pretty color he selected this week. Dave says, hi, Scott and Brett with 1 T. Ouch. I believe the bar is Brooklyn Bowl. It is. Keep up the great work. Boink. We need a little laughter in these tough times of sorrow. I'm assuming much love, which is kind of nice. When he speaks of the times of sorrow, I'm assuming he's talking about the story I just told where a man stuck his finger.
Or the times of sorrow where Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Motherfucker.
That's well done. Okay. And then we've got, of course.
Wouldn't it be awesome if you took certain songs and you added, like,
what?
Let it be, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. and then we've got Alan Perry, who's not in the live chat. A reminder, this is a good-looking Alan Perry. And Alan says,
hey, y'all. In my drunken state while I listened to this week's Living in Las Vegas podcast, and I heard the clues for this week's Haddam, I knew you had already declared the best fried chicken on the Strip was at the Yardbird, a previous Haddam bar. But I went back and reviewed your comments, and I'll be damned, you gave props to this week's Haddam bar for their fried chicken, the Brooklyn Bowl. And as always, I'm increasingly impressed with your cleverness. Your clues are the best part of Haddam. Okay. We have a drink at the Brooklyn Bowl. We have had a drink there, and we will be back. Vegas in 2016. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Love and prayers to Brett. Thank you very much, Alan. I appreciate that very much.
Okay.
I'm feeling much better.
All right. And now we get to our videos.
Videos.
These people are up in the game. They're
really?
Up in the game. First, let's look at Robert LeBerg, known as Vegas Live Today, who, by the way, is also in the live chat. So here's one for your entry, one for the live chat, and one more for the magic you're about to watch. Robert, take it away.
Hey, Brett and Scott. Brett, hope you're feeling better this week.
Boom!
He cracks me up. It's like he's got a royal flush.
But here's what's crazy about this. Hold on, look at this. Look at the lower. Hold on, I got to show you the lower third here. See that? He actually took the Gajazathon logo and the name on the actual CD and put it in the lower right there.
That's awesome.
This guy's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
When
I'm just talking about Bob.
When he puts the 3 CDs up, it's like he's like, I'm showing you my 4 aces.
That's right. It's okay. Here we go.
Look at that.
The Brooklyn Bowl has the best fried chicken on the Strip. They serve their customers over 100,000 pieces of fried chicken a week. If you're looking for bowling, this is the place to go to play a few frames on these beautiful bowling alleys.
I'm guessing you didn't take this video. You probably stole it.
You actually can find Brooklyn Bowl in New York, New York. Not the casino, but New York State.
Nicely done.
They also have a location in London.
Yes, they do.
This one is located at the Link at the center of the Strip.
Yes, it is. Those are creepy fucking things. Look at that. Very nicely done. Oh, you got it. You missed
Wishing
it.
you all a safe and happy
Why
Thanksgiving.
did that go out like that? What happened there?
Wishing you all a safe and happy Thanksgiving. See you next week.
What happened there? Hello? Hold on. You piece of shit. He has this really funny thing at the end here I want to show you. Oh, it just kind of blanked out. That was a video. Oh. Bobby. There it is. Oh. Okay, hold on. Stand by. There it is. Stand by. Stand by. Freeze it. Take it. Right?
He's got himself right there with me.
Bobby's got it working out.
With a little Pops and a little Danny.
Right? Isn't that
That's
pretty
awesome.
funny? Well done, Bob.
Well done. I'm giving him another one.
All right, he's getting 4, our first 4. Nice. All
That's
right.
creativity.
That was good, right?
That's how you do it.
The question is, where did Bob rip off all that video? And I mean,
He credited Gajazathon.
well done. Okay, then finally, of course, we got Gene the dancing machine.
All right, Pops, what are we blowing up? We're
One
sending a
for
rocket?
us. One for he's in the live chat,
We got to go Pops times 3.
and then one more for this video magistry. I'm talking over this so I don't have YouTube fuck with me for the song. Blah, 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 blah. There we go.
Welcome to the jungle. Like my spiffy new backdrop. I like my jacket too. It's my favorite jacket. It hides my shoulder holster in case I gotta sneak my hand in.
what's he do?
Quick draw with the jacket on. I'm gonna hop down here, walk away. Maybe we'll get to see what I'm really standing in front of.
I think he's got a selfie stick.
Don't trip.
Careful, careful, careful.
Yeah, you got it. It's the end of the living room here at the Double Cross Ranch. One of the many things I'm gonna miss about this old place when we close it down and move to Las Vegas and open the new Double Cross Ranch. So for now, Pops signing out. See ya.
Yeah, very good, Pops. And Pops writes 5,000 words.
Of which you're not reading.
Can't read them.
All right.
Haven't got time. I'm telling you, we are birthing videographers.
Oh, we're done? All right. Is that's something different?
That's but those are the on-air questions that we've been asked to ask. That one's dated in October. Right on top of it.
You're doing well.
Okay, here we go. Pick a wiener.
All right, we're going to pick a winner. And, all right, it is.
Boom.
Done. Oh, it's Robert.
Robert!
With the extra one.
Jay!
Actually, this is his third. It wasn't the
Oh.
fourth one that he put in because I
It
had
was
scratched
the
it out
third one.
before.
Well, congratulations.
So,
He has
Robert wins.
all 3 CDs already. So he's likely going to get probably one of these guys, or maybe he'll have me buy him a drink. And he is gracefully saying, finally, you fuckers, thanks for my goddamn win.
He wants a visor.
You rat bastards, you.
Yay.
He's an aggressive
Hey,
man.
the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
He
Way to go,
certainly does.
Robert.
Way to go. Okay, let's look at this week's Have a Drink on Me.
Oh. Really?
Here we go. Clue numero
Did you spell it right?
uno. Yeah.
The second word?
No, somebody added that.
It wasn't me.
Well, I'm sure it was. Who else would it be? Trying to poison me with your letter spelling. Okay, hit number 1. Given the name of the casino, I'd say the live musicians who play there would like to be called back by the audience to play again. Given the name of the casino, I'd say any live musicians who play there would like to be called back on stage by the audience to play again.
Okay, I figured that part out.
Okay. Number 2. If this were a gang-owned lounge, their hand signal or hand sign might be like this. Let's say if I were West Side, this is West Side. I wonder what that might be. If that was West Side,
it's a bunny rabbit.
That might be. Okay, that's a huge hint, people, especially if you're watching the video. Okay, hint number 3. When I'm seated anywhere, when I go to any place, I always say and joke, "Hey, would you give me a pool view?" If I go to this bar, it wouldn't be a joke. Whenever I go anywhere, I always say, "Can I get a view of the pool?" Mr. Whitney, you're very clever. If I go to this bar, it would not.
You mean the ice rink?
Be a joke. All right. Those are our hints. If you know what this bar is, you're going to send that to Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Again, have a drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com.
Hey, are we done?
Yes, we are.
Happy Thanksgiving, buddy.
71 minutes. What was our guess? 60.
60. It's pretty good.
We're over. Happy Thanksgiving, my brother.
Have fun in the Effingham.
I will have
with the effing family.
At 20 degrees, it's fucking snow in there.
You'll enjoy it.
They're good people, though, so that's good. Effingham people are good people.
They're good folks.
They're good people.
Say hi to all my Effingham friends. I'm sure you'll run into some of them.
I'm going to have some effing ham and some effing turkey. I'm going to tell all those effing people to have a great holiday.
You'll probably, if you go out to bars, you'll run into a lot of my effing friends.
Oh, I bet I will.
Absolutely.
I bet you we do go to a bar. That's kind of one of the things we do in Thanksgiving. Then I'll watch a bunch of rednecks stack beers on top of each other and fall over and try to kill themselves. It's good fun. Okay. Hey, if you guys want to play along with us, you can send an email to onairq@livinginlv.com. Again, onairq@livinginlv.com. Let's say that you want to be a part of the show, and I think you should because you've got a lovely singing voice. If you simply go to our homepage, just like that, and you click that little red tab, boink, you're going to get that little thing. You're going to click the green thing, and guess what happens? You're going to be leaving a voicemail because you've got a microphone attached to your computer. You can check us on iTunes. Leave us a 5-star review. You can check us on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up and share us with your friends. You can also find us on Roku, Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple TV, Google TV, Fire TV, and of course, the Vegas Video Network website. I am your host, Scott Whitney. That man over there is Brett Grant. He's the most powerful man on earth.
I'm stronger than Superman.
Decided that you are. That's pretty cool.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
And the best part is you can't poison him. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. We'll see you guys next time on the Living in Las Vegas podcast. Take care, everybody.
Happy Turkey Day.
That was a creepy sound. What's wrong with us?